Hello everybody, how are you? This is Karthik Poovanam. I'm a leadership coach, author and travel explorer. How are you all doing today? Are you a responsible parent? Well, you get to know the answer if you're going to stay till the end of this video. And if you have a child and you don't have that time to watch this video, then maybe you are missing out on some very fantastic moments with your children. You're missing out on something which is very powerfully possible. And more so importantly, if you're not having a good time with your child, if your relationship is very bad with your children, for sure stay till the end of this video, because what I will be sharing with you will really help you understand whether you are a fantastic parent, good parent or not, or a responsible parent or not. And when you are irresponsible, expecting a good relationship will be a big problem. You being irresponsible and you expecting your child is not having a good relationship with you, it is a very terrible asking for. So stay till the end of this video, and I will guarantee you that you will for sure understand whether you are a responsible parent or an irresponsible parent. And what can you do? Because the moment you realize where you stand as a parent, the possibility of working on yourself rises up. As a parent, have you ever hit your child? Now, a lot of people hit their children, but do you also know that it lives something which I call as a physical emotional abuse on the child? It breaks the child's self-confidence in a very drastic way. Karthik, if a child is insisting that they want to jump from the 10th floor, would you allow the child to jump from the 10th floor and die? Come on. How many times have you hit your child that your child has done something that it wants to die, or your daughter or your son wants to die? How many times have you slapped or hit or physically abused them in a very violent way, which is very painful to them, just because they said that I want to jump from the 50th floor of a building? Think about it. An unmeaningful argument that most of the parents bring up is something that they have to end. Have you hit your child? And if you have hit your child, it has really disturbed the child from within. It's emotionally broken down the child from within. Any number of studies today suggest in a very deep way, there are lots of psychological studies as to how children who have been physically abused by their parents have lost the ability to feel confident within. It's like a war on their confidence, which also impacts various areas of their life. You might say, okay, my son has gone into IIT just because I have hit him. But no, after working, he's feeling that terrible pain, not able to respond to certain situations in life. Just earning is just not the one thing. It's about how you feel within. In my workshop, there are any number of girls and boys, especially who are independent women, independent men, who are working very well, earning very well, but just because they have been hit by their parents, they have been abused by their parents, there is a deep sense of internal scar, emotional wound, and a lack of confidence that they are experiencing within themselves. And it's very vital to know that all of this could be stopped immediately. Suppose you have a child, it's about 5 years of age, and you're hitting the child, you can immediately stop it if you are in that mode. And maybe if your child has grown and you have hit the child badly, it's time to declare, at least internally, have some sense of feeling bad for yourself that you've done this. It's very important to really and recognize this. it's a very irresponsible behavior. And to first understand that it is an irresponsible behavior is single most vital force for good communication with your children. Now you will have disagreements with it because of your neural patterns, because it's a strong pattern that you have given yourself and might make you feel very guilty. But somewhere you need to start acknowledging the behavior which is responsible for a bad relationship with your children. So this is one thing. The next most important thing is, when did you engage in a healthy, emotionally rejuvenating conversation with your child? Let me again repeat it. When was the last time that you would have literally engaged in a healthy, rejuvenating, emotionally vibrant conversation with your children? Whenever you are talking to your children, has it always been about marks, about who is doing what, about targets, about achievement, or have you ever bothered to find out how they feel within? What could your child do to feel very emotionally rich? What are the thoughts which are coming to your child, and how are they actually empowering your child, or are they disturbing your child? What could be done in order to make your child feel great? What could you be doing? Have you ever thought about it? Very important, isn't it? This is vital. What could be done in order to enrich and have a great conversation within oneself? And have you ever discussed about the significance of feeling joyful? Now, many of you yourself being parents have never understood the significance of feeling joyful all the time. Yes or no? Isn't it? You might have definitely not understood the power of feeling joyful all the time. When you yourself are in that state, how could you even think about telling it to your child? Those thoughts never come to your mind. What would essentially come to your mind is telling them about education, setting targets, so that you can tell your neighbors that your child has got into a premium Ivy League college. All of these things. Yes or no? So let's cut it. And by now, if you're watching this video, maybe there is a certain sensitivity in you as a parent, a little sensitivity in you in such a way where you are understanding what is it exactly that you need to be doing, what is it exactly that you need to be conveying, and what is it that you need to be doing immediately. These thoughts and lots of thoughts may be moving in your mind, and lots of guilt if you're really bothered about having a good relationship with your children. Definitely you might be also going through the guilt. Now, I appreciate you for that, because only a responsible parent, at this moment, you have switched into the mode of responsibility. In case you're thinking like this, no, the same level of arrogance, the same attitude of negligence, and then thinking that it's all your child's fault, and it's not about your fault at all. There is absolutely no fault that you have. As a parent, you are very perfect. If you still are in those modes, I don't know what to say. Arrogance always pays a price, and that price is always not good. The feeling is not good. The experience is not good. Trust me. Think about it. A joyful internal state, that's where we were in. It's very important that you start conversing. The doubts that your child has about well-being, the importance of a vibrant internal state, the significance of feeling gratitude, and more importantly, how much do you value life? As a life, how much do you value? How much of life you appreciate. It's very vital. Think about all of these things. There are many other things I will share in another video, but till now you might have understood these basic things. Where do you stand? Are you a responsible parent? And if you are a responsible parent, immediately if you think there is a certain sense of responsibility that is happening inside you, think about all those things that you can do to feel the corrections within. Because until and unless you correct yourself within, nothing will change in relationships. Because you will be like blaming your child. Your child has the right reasons to blame you. And then it will be a continuous affair of blaming, because nothing but mirroring will happen. Good day and have a wonderful time. Think about it. Have a wonderful time, everyone.